Hello guys, how you doing? My name's Alicia and this is Simple Nail Necessities. So today we're going to be looking at the new Vettsy Baby Boomer Polygel kit. They sent this to me a couple of weeks ago, so I'm doing a little unboxing thing for you guys. Let's get into it. I'm really grateful that Vettsy sent me this kit because I actually don't have a lot of followers, so I think it was really cool that they wanted me to try out and test out their kit. If you don't follow me on Instagram, just give me a quick follow, I'll really appreciate it. So inside we've got a little thank you note, and there's an instruction booklet as well on how to use the kit. And look at all this stuff, it's amazing. When I opened it I was like, wow, this is packed with a lot of good things. So I'm going to take them out separately and show you. So here is a little picker tool. This is for like rhinestones and stuff, and little nail art pieces. And now here is all the little nail art little bits. We've got some glitters. I really like these. I don't actually use glitters that much, but I thought these were really pretty. And I thought these were little caviar beads. I actually don't have caviar beads, but they're actually looking closer. They're little tiny little diamantes. Now I've got some blue glitters and some pinks and reds and that nice yellow one there. And they all have like little stars and hearts in them. And next we have some rhinestones. These are just the flat back. I think they're AB, I'm not actually quite sure. But those are really cool. And I've got some gold foils and silver foils as well, or flakes I should say. And we've got some nail stickers, which are really pretty. There's like a cow print sort of one, which I actually got from another set as well. And then these butterfly ones are really nice. They're so iridescent and shiny and pretty. And these ones you can't actually see because they're white, but they're kind of like flowers and roses and stuff. And I think the other one was just little stars, which I thought was really cute. But yeah, these butterfly ones, they're very nice. So next we've got the slip solution there, and the cuticle oil and some nail forms, and the polygel pen and some dual forms and nail tips. So first I'm going to show you these, which is really cool that they have a set of dual forms and nail tips. Not a lot of polygel kits actually have that, so I thought that was really cool. And I'm going to show you these nail tips. Now the biggest size on them is size 1. I don't know what size this was that I picked out, but it fits my pinky. I can't remember the number. But yeah, this is size 1 and this is the biggest tip and it fits my thumb. Normally my thumb is about a 2 or a 3. Nah, maybe a 2. But this one is 1 and it's the biggest in the kit. So if you have quite wide thumbs, you may have a little problem with this. And it's the same with the dual forms. The biggest size is size 1. I didn't open it because dual forms are dual forms. These are the more curved ones, I think, and not the straighter ones. So if you like dual forms, you can use them. And then you also get a nail file, standard 100-180 grip. This thing is a little pincher tool which you can attach to the polygel, the dual form, to keep the polygel in. And I have one here, you can actually, I'll show you how to use it. So you put it on your finger once you've put on the dual form and it holds it in place. So you can clean it up and sort out the underside and stuff and cure it like that. Now I've got the polygel tool, which is your standard brush on one side. And the spatula on the other side. And this is just a closer look at the freeforms. So it's a bit easier to sculpt the nail if you want to shape it how you want. And then here is the cuticle oil. And it comes in a little pen, which I thought was quite cool. I've never actually used one of these before, so this would be quite nice to use. Next is the slip solution. This is only 30 mils and it comes sealed, which is good. And it was a really tough seal to open as well. And when I opened it, there is a smell. It didn't hit me, but there is a smell. And now these are all the polygels that you get, which are 15 milliliters. So while I'm unwrapping them for you, I'm just going to say that I will go off camera and swatch them on a piece of paper towel for you so you can see what they all look like. So starting from the top left corner, we've got GL09, which is the glitter one, and then next to that we've got PL04, then PL02, and next to that is the clear, which I don't know if you can actually see because my lighting's a bit off, so sorry. That one is PL05. The next row, starting from underneath the glitter, it's kind of like a clear with hints of glitter in it, and that is called Firefly, GL11. The one next to that is Flamingo, PL14, then Peach Tea, PL15, and Hot Cocoa, or Cocoa, and that's PL16. So now I'm going to start on my practice hand, which is already prepped, and I'm using the slip solution that came with the kit. So first I'm going to just start filing or buffing the surface of the nail, of those nail tips. And the reason you do this is so that the product can adhere to the nail. And the side that I'm using is the 100 grit side. No, sorry, the 180 grit side. Because the higher the number, the lower the grit. So I don't actually want to do like crazy amount of scratching, I just want to simply rough up the surface. I'm going to use the base coat and just cover the whole nail. Normally with tips you actually don't need to use base coat to cover the tip, but just for the purposes of saying this was a real hand, you would actually put base coat on the nail plate, and you don't really necessarily have to put the base coat on the tip. But I'm just doing it so that I can use the base coat. Now I'm curing it with my 6-watt Macart mini lamp. I just got this off of Amazon. Now I'm going to use that white, which was PL02. And with this polygel kit I'm going to do just a simple ombre design. Because it's the Baby Boomer kit, I thought I'd do a Baby Boomer design. So I'm just going to use the pink and the white from this set. So for an ombre design I'm going to put down all the beads of white first. So I'm just putting down my first bead. And this polygel is really nice and soft. It's quite easy to move around. I'm not actually putting a lot of pressure on it at all, which is quite nice. And then I'm just ombreing it into the nail plate, or blending it into the nail plate. And then once you're happy with how it's looking, then you just simply cure it. You don't need to cure it for the whole 2 minutes, you can just flash cure it, which is curing it for about 10 seconds, and then you can move on to the next nail. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to do this on all the nails. So you just put down your first bead and slowly pat it into place, and then blend it onto the nail plate. And I'm using very thin layers as well, because we're going to encapsulate the design at the end, so I'm actually not using a lot of product. I said earlier that the slip solution has a bit of an odour. It's actually okay now. It's not, there isn't a smell to it, but it's not so overpowering. It's kind of like a sweet smell. And I think it works quite well with this polygel as well to make it nice and soft, and my brush isn't sticking at all. So even when I'm doing this blending stuff, sometimes my brush can get a bit sticky, but with this it was absolutely fine. Next, I'm going to use this pink colour, which is PL04. And this time I'm going to treat it as a cuticle bead, so I'm going to place it at the cuticle part of the nail and then slowly pat it down towards the side walls and the cuticle. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that your polygel is quite thin around the sides of your nail, because the idea is you want to get it thin at the cuticle, thin at the sides, but thick in the middle of the nail where the apex is. So I'm just slowly patting it, and this is quite easy to move as well. This polygel is really good to move around, like I'm hardly touching it and it's already in place. So I'm bringing it to the side walls, and now I'm dragging it down to start that ombre effect. And when I have it at the level that I want, I put a bit more pressure just to fade it into the white. So I actually previously recorded this design a few days ago, but then when I watched it back, the lighting was so bad you could hardly see what I was doing, so I've had to re-record it, but I do exactly the same things. So I'll show you how my first set turned out as well at the end, so make sure you stay for the whole video. And if you feel like it, you can tell me which one you think is better, the first attempt or the second attempt. And again, what I did with this nail is I made sure that the cuticles and the sidewalls were nice and thin, and then I brought the product down and put slightly more pressure on my brush to then create that ombre effect. So when everything is nice and cured at the end, I usually do a full cure when I'm finished, then I'm going to encapsulate with the clear. Now, when you're encapsulating, the purpose of this is to protect the design that you have underneath, so that when I move on to my filing, I'm not going to ruin the ombre that I just did. So the reason for encapsulating is to protect that, and also it gives strength to the nail. So like I said earlier, I made the pink and the white really thin. It was a really thin layer before, so now I'm building up strength in the nail. And it's the same process of how you would normally do your polygel. When I'm encapsulating, I don't do the 2 bead method. I kind of just throw it all on there and then spread it out evenly. But like before, you'd want the cuticle and the sidewalls to be nice and thin, thick in the middle, and then thin at the tip as well. And you can also sort that out in your filing process. So this is what they look like, all encapsulated, and they look really, really bulky, which kind of looks not that nice. So what I'm going to do is I'll file them off camera and then I'll come back. But first I'm going to use some alcohol and just wipe off that tacky layer that polygel leaves behind. Here they are all filed down. And next I'm going to add some gold flakes onto it, so because they look a bit plain right now, so I'm going to give it a little bit of shine and sparkle. So to stick these to the nail, I'm just going to use some base coat. I'm just thinking they kind of look like squashies, don't they? That sweet, that gummy sweet, that's pink and white. They used to be a lollipop, but then they made them into like a squashy kind of sweet. That's what these remind me of. So we can't have any squashy nails, so I'm going to add these nice gold flakes. And these things, these flakes in general, no matter where you get them from, they're always super, super lightweight and sticky, and they just stick to everything. There's no way about it really, you just gotta struggle through. As I ran out of the gold flakes, I'm just going to show you how I broke it up, because in the little pot they come, as you can see, that little big piece, you can see that big piece over there on the side. It comes in, it's not all separated in the pot, so when you take it out of the pot you need to cut it up. So I'm just using my cuticle tool and the little picker that came with the kit. Now that I'm done with that, all that there is left to do is to top them with the top coat. So I'm covering the flakes first and then working my way down the nail to the cuticle. And there you have it, a simple ombre design using the Vettsy Baby Boomer kit. I really liked this kit. I thought the polygel was nice and soft to work with, it was easy to manipulate and push around, and it comes with so many nail art pieces. I thought it was absolutely great. So yeah, I'll leave the link in the description box where to get the kit yourself. And I'm actually going to show you how my other hand turned out as well. So this is my second attempt and this is my first attempt. You can see on this attempt that I didn't use a lot of pink polygel, but I still really like the ombre design. I like how they came out. It kind of has almost a glassy effect. So yeah, both ways I actually really liked. I thought they both looked really cute. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're not already, follow me on all my socials. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!